Stop paying monthly for software you barely use. Most small businesses don't need more software, they need fewer tools that actually get used. In this video, I'm going to show you what to keep, what to cancel, and what's just another monthly bill that you forgot about. Because paying for software you don't use isn't getting organized, it's clutter. I spent 18 years in financial technology, making complicated systems understandable for people who aren't technical. Now, I do the same thing for local small businesses. And a good chunk of that job is telling people what they can stop paying for. So let's go and find some of that. Point 1. The tool is not the same as the system. The first mistake is buying a tool and thinking that's the same as fixing the problem. It almost never is. Here's how it usually happens. You know your leads are a mess. Somebody tells you that you need a CRM, so you sign up for one. And now you're paying $30, $50, maybe $100 a month. But your leads are still sitting in your text messages, your emails, your head, because nothing about paying for the software actually fixes the process of how you keep track of a lead. The software is just the tool. The way you track a lead, the steps you take every time a new one comes in, that's the process. And doing it the same way every single time until you don't have to think about it, that's the habit. When you buy a tool, you get the tool. What you don't get is the process and the habit. To be honest, I do this too. I'm the tech guy, and I've got a graveyard of accounts that I signed up for, used once, and never opened again. Signing up feels like you handled it. It feels like progress. But if the process was never clear to begin with, that new tool just sits there, costing you money, and reminding you that it exists once a month when the charge hits. Oh, and quick thing before I keep going. If your customers are still living in your notebook, your inbox, or a spreadsheet that's gotten out of hand, I made a free, basic CRM spreadsheet that you can copy and start using today. It just keeps track of who you talk to, what they need, and what to follow up on next. It's in the description. No email sign up or anything. All right, back to it. Second thing, go find your duplicate subscriptions, because almost everybody has at least one, and the reason is baked into how this stuff gets sold. Here's some proof. There's a study from a market research firm called CNR Research that CNBC wrote up. People were asked how much they spend on subscriptions every month. The average guess was about $86. The real number, once they actually added it up, was $219 a month. And more than 40% of people were paying for at least one subscription that they had completely forgotten about. Forgotten, still paying. The reason it hides so well is the billing process. It's on autopay. It's small. And a lot of it is annual. So you only see it once a year. And that's the sneaky one. When something bills you $149 once a year, your brain files it as a one-time thing. Well, it isn't. That's $12.50 a month. Every month, whether you open it or not. I just ran into this with a client. She'd been in a Best Buy, and somebody there looked at her email address and told her that the Microsoft account that she had wasn't giving her what she needed. So she signed up for a second Microsoft 365 subscription, another $99 a year. The thing is, she was already paying $149 a year for Microsoft 365. And when I actually looked at it, the version she already had did everything that she needed and more. So now she has two subscriptions, and that second one averages to another $8 a month. On its own, $8 a month isn't that much for your bottom line, but those $8 will add up. And when you start to look at all of those annual subscriptions that end up being $8 a month, that's when it starts to amount to some real money that you should be paying attention to. The categories where this happens the most are the boring ones. Cloud storage, where you're paying for Dropbox and Google Drive and the OneDrive that already came with your Microsoft account. Email and Office suites, where people end up with Microsoft and Google. Design tools, video call tools like Zoom or WebEx. The stuff that overlaps without you ever noticing. So here's the exercise, and it takes about 20 minutes. Open a blank spreadsheet, make one row per tool, make a column for the name, what it costs, whether it's a monthly or annual, what it's for, and the last time that anybody actually used it. When it's all in place, those doubles and triples will jump right out at you. The thing you're paying for twice or 3 times, or the one that nobody's opened since spring. Those are your first cancellations. Point 3. Cancel anything without a clear job. For every tool on your list, Run through 4 quick questions. 1. What's the actual job this does for me? 2. Who's using it? 3. Is there something I already pay for that does the same thing? And 4. What actually happens if I cancel it? Those 4 questions sort almost everything for you. If you can't name a real job, or nobody's using it, or something you already have covers it, that's a cancel. Cancel it right then. The one reason to keep it is that last question. If canceling it genuinely breaks something that you count on, keep it. Everything else, fair game. What if it breaks and I need it worry is the thing that keeps dead subscriptions alive, by the way. Nobody's sure what depends on the tool, so paying for it feels safer than finding out. Fair enough. So don't cold cancel. Export all your data from the tool first. Downgrade to a free plan if there is one, and then give it 2 or 3 weeks. If nothing broke and nobody noticed, then cancel it. And sometimes the honest answer is you don't need the software at all yet. A clean spreadsheet in a simple form will do what a full CRM does if you've only got 40 customers and you only have a couple deals a month. Plenty of businesses run fine on a spreadsheet for years. If a spreadsheet keeps track of your customers, keep the spreadsheet. One warning before you go on a tear: don't touch your accounting, your tax software, anything tied to a legal requirement without checking with the right person first. This is for the pile of business tools that snuck up on you, not the stuff that keeps you compliant. Point 4, keep the software that saves time or prevents mistakes. Now the flip side. This isn't about canceling everything. Some software earns its money, and you keep that without feeling bad about it. The test for this is very simple. Does it save you real time, or does it stop you from making an expensive mistake? If it does either one of those, it stays. The keepers usually do one job well. They remind you to do something that you'd forget, or they let a customer book time with you without the phone tag. They follow up so a lead doesn't go cold. They keep your client info in one place instead of 5. Here's a real keeper, a booking tool for $30 a month that fills a couple of appointments a week that you would have lost to voicemail. Well, that pays for itself in the first week. And the right simple tool usually beats the fancy expensive one, because the expensive ones have bundles of features that you probably don't use. I'd take a $30 tool that saves me 5 hours a week over a $200 platform with 50 features that I'll never touch. Also, if you hate using a tool, it's going to fail. That's happened to me before, and it can definitely happen to you. Point 5, watch your AI tools and watch your bundles. AI sneaks up on everybody. It's easy to end up paying $20 a month for ChatGPT, another $20 for Claude, another $20 for Gemini, and on it goes. A 2025 survey found that people who pay for AI at all are subscribed to about 4 of these tools, spending around $66 a month. Some of that's fair. They do different things. But 4 is a lot, and most people never sat down and chose 4. It just started piling up. Pick the 1 or 2 you actually reach for and drop the rest. You can always add one back later. Then look at bundles, because guess what? You're already paying for stuff that you don't know you have. Your Microsoft 365 subscription, the one that is Word and Excel, well, that comes with a terabyte of cloud storage. That's a lot. So if you're also paying for Dropbox, well, that's money gone. Amazon Prime comes with video and photo storage. Some phone plans throw in free productivity tools. So before you pay for anything new, check whether something that you already own does it. Here's the reality. If you are paying for tools you barely use, your business is not becoming more organized. It's just carrying around another monthly bill and another login nobody wants to deal with. If you want help figuring out which tools to keep, which ones to cancel, and what your business actually needs, check out the first link in the description and book a free call with me. But even more importantly, you should now watch this video where I break down how most small businesses need just one simple spreadsheet to run better. Because sometimes a spreadsheet is the smartest tool in the business, but sometimes it quietly becomes the reason things get missed, delayed, or forgotten. I'm sure you'll find it helpful. Check it out.